But no, he's an actor, and he's a fellow actor, and he was a nice fellow, and a handsome fellow, and an adorable fellow, and a sexy fellow, all of those fellows.
There's a funny story about...
How come I can't have nose?
Say what?
How come I can't have nose?
Because I don't want you to. I don't want to keep you... I want to keep you off guard. Hitchcock Hitchcock had just done Vertigo with Jimmy Stewart, and Jimmy Stewart was pleading with Hitchcock to get the role in North by Northwest. And Hitchcock said, I didn't want to come straight out and tell him we had Cary Grant in mind, so I just told him that we didn't have anything on paper yet. Then one day he called and said he couldn't put Columbia off anymore. They had to report with Kim Novak for Bell Book and Candle. Hitchcock said, of course, I was very relieved, and I said simply, well, Jimmy, that's our loss. I guess we'll have to look for someone else.
It's a terrible business. Sneaky.
But Cary Grant was, Hitchcock was right, he was perfect.
Oh, I know all the ladies when he was wonderful. And he was so kind, because he had a tan, whatever, grease, and unfair, and in his contract he had the amount of the light, how much light could be on him. He didn't want too much light, but he needed a lot of light because of his dark skin. Well, he had the dark skin and the light lady, and one day he saw me squinting, I had blue eyes, and he saw me squinting. Rather than say, eagerly squinting, he said, you know, guys, that light on there is a little bright. It's a little bright. And I'll never forget that, because he could have said something else. He was very kind that way. And the actor when he was that star, he had the privilege of looking at all the photos that are taken on the set. And if there's something they don't like, he or she doesn't like, you just scratch it out like this, so it would never be printed. And so he went over the photos of Cary and myself. And the photos that were not good of me, he would scratch out, even if they were great of him.
Really?
Yeah, he had that in his contract. Now I had it in my contract. But I didn't have it then, and I remember that.
Well, let me ask you about the contracts for a little bit, because it's striking about how the differences between male actors and women were in that day. Cary Grant's contract for North by Northwest calls for $450,000 up front. This is again,
no, I don't want to hear this.
1959. And then it gets worse. And then $5,000 a week every week after 7 weeks. The 7 weeks, they hadn't shot a second of film after 7 weeks had gone by.
I hated Cary Grant. I don't think that's fair.
Now, but,
this guy's a woman.
well, you know, it's interesting, because why, I mean, do you remember what your salary was on North?
Oh, and I don't want to talk about it. I paid them.
But I mean, how many Oscars did Cary Grant have?
Well, there you are.
Yeah, well, was that a thing? It's 1959. Was that just, you just accepted that's the way it is? That Cary Grant, being Cary Grant, got this enormous salary? I'm sure you were well compensated, but I'm guessing you didn't get $500,000 to do the picture.
No, I don't think that's sure.
Was there a sense among actresses then at all?
I think so, that they, yes. I'm sure the older leading man, yes, I think so. But I love doing it, I wasn't thinking about all that money. I had a working husband, and, you know, you don't have to have all the money in the world.
No, of course not, but so it was not a thing that the actresses...
Did I resent it, or...
No, not at all.
I do now. No, not
you're resentment now. People can, I think we can all see it. I asked you this last night, so now you've had 24 hours to think about it. I think the people in Philadelphia will know what I mean when I say, pretend none of us are here, nobody knows, your husband's not here, Cary Grant or Marlon Brando.
my husband. I've never done it. I would like my archivist of many, many years. His name is Richard Weigel, from New York City, and he's been my archivist. He knows more about me than you do. You do. Could Richard stand up?
Richard. Richard, can I miss anything big? Have I missed something huge? All right, thank you very much. I don't know, I know we're over. Is there a couple of questions we could get from the audience here before we go? Right there, because I can see you got that fire over here.
Yeah.
Little microphone there.
Good evening. I had the good fortune to see the 1996 cable movie of Titanic that you made with George C. Scott and Peter Gallagher. In it, you played a first-class passenger woman who was nasty and mean and made horrible comments about all the other people. Do you have a preference for playing characters like that, or do you like to be the goody two-shoes?
That was me.
Oh.
She is cruel to everyone. I spent the last 2 days with her, snapping at people.
Where's my husband? Stand up, gentlemen. Thank you. Wonderful director.
Do you like playing roles like that? Do you like playing roles where you're a little, if you'll excuse me, bitchy?
What did you say?
I said, do you like playing roles where you're cruel?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I did something called, what was it? See, my art. I love that, Richard. I never would. I got an Emmy for it. I got an Emmy for it. But that lady was really, what did you call me? What did they call me?
I didn't say that.
You said the word, well, you know what I mean.
It might have been me.
But very spoiled, had a son with AIDS, didn't acknowledge that, didn't acknowledge the son, had very few friends. The last shot of her was with her dog. And I love playing that role because there are selfish people like that. I've known a few in my life, and yet when you play a role like that, you have to figure out why. What happened in her or his life made him that way. And so you don't say to yourself, I hate this character. You really have to love that character. And you have to figure out why and how this happened. Just as you have to with your friends, if they don't always live up to what you think they should say or do or act. And so that's how I feel about any character. Yes, some maybe I enjoy more than others. I love playing Phoebe on the waterfront. But also a spy lady and also this mean lady. It's just exciting to create a character, but starting from something within yourself.
One more question. I'm sorry, the front row is just dominating here, but that's all I can see with the light. Make it quick, please.
First, Eva Marie, you're beautiful.
But I am married, you know that.
Hitchcock was known for having a sense of humor. Did he play any jokes on you and Cary Grant during the making of this movie?
Cary Grant playing any jokes on you? Sort of.
Yeah.
Is that right? Did I get that right?
No, he didn't have, no. He worked hard, we all worked hard, and we played hard, you know, it was just fun on that set. But no jokes. No, not like that.
What was it like, I know we got to go, Mount Rushmore, but we don't really have time, but the answer is random, right?
No, my husband. What's wrong with you, man?
So many things. Ladies and gentlemen, Eva Marie.